Welcome back to CancerBuzz Live. We're reporting from Minneapolis this week for ACCC's 41st National Oncology Conference. We have a jam-packed week. Thank you for following along with us. Our special guest this morning is Dr. Olalekan Ajayi, immediate past president of ACCC. He's also the COO of Highlands Oncology Group in Fayetteville, Arkansas. How are you doing?
I am doing very well. How are you doing today?
Great.
Awesome.
We're all hanging in there. How many years have you attended NOC?
Oh my goodness. I have attended NOC probably since 2014 when I was a pharmacist. Back then, one of my direct supervisors told me, and she said, hey, you got to go to ACCC because you're going to learn a lot. And, that was my first NOC meeting, and I got hooked ever since then. And I've attended every one since then. So, that's coming up 10 years.
Mm-hmm. And then you felt compelled to serve, so.
Yes. It was really amazing. One of the things about ACCC is that you can come in here and find a way that you can fit in, right? I think it's the whole how to do things. I think everybody can identify with the importance of learning how to do something. Those are real practical problems that you face in the work that you do every day. And so I think that's really compelling when people come in here. It becomes immediately obvious on how you can help, no matter which field you're in. If you're a pharmacist, if you are a social worker, there's a place for you here. If you're a physician, there's a place for you here too as well. And so just coming in here, understanding that makes it really compelling and makes it really easy for you to contribute.
So you are part of the team who is leading the first ever international panel here at NOC. Why are you handling that panel this year? What was discussed that led to the decision to bring in all of these experts from around the world?
Yeah. So I'm international. I'm actually from Nigeria. So I've always looking at things from an international perspective, right? Because I think our world is becoming smaller and smaller by the day. And we're learning that. COVID-19 taught us a whole lot about the things that we're facing in here. I think those are things that are applicable everywhere. When I was the ACCC president, my focus was on workforce. And it became obvious to me that workforce wasn't a uniquely American thing, but it was also present everywhere too as well. And so, you start asking the question, how are other people dealing with some of the challenges that we're dealing with here? And what can we learn from what they're doing? And that led us to start thinking, hey, maybe we should reach out there beyond, the four walls of America, so to speak, and bring in other people who are probably dealing with the same issues, but looking at different ways of solving them.
What are some of the topics that you plan to discuss?
Well, workforce is going to be an issue for sure. I think it's definitely something that's very universal. Other things that I think about is building community. So in ACCC, our current theme is how we build community. And I think that's really crucial in so many ways, where people can get the care that they need in their community. And we can start to think globally, but we act locally, right? And so I'm really excited to see how care is being delivered in communities. And I think we're going to learn a lot.
How do you think that ACCC's American members can best use what they hear from this international panel? How can they make it actionable?
So I think in this international panel, you're probably going to hear about how people are using their staff to the top of their licenses, just because when you talk about staffing resources, it's limited, right? So how do you get creative, right, in being able to still take care of patients and making sure that you're engaging people at the level that they need to? And so I think you're going to hear some of that from this panel because they have to do that, right? I think you're going to hear about how they're looking at the resources within their communities and engaging those resources to be able to deliver care, and how they're doing it in a very creative way. I think those are things that members would be able to listen to, learn a lot from, and take back at least some adaptation of that to their own communities too as well.
Fantastic. It's always great to see you, Dr. Ajayi.
Yeah, same here too as
Good
well.
luck on your panel.
Absolutely.
Follow along on this channel for more this week from Minneapolis at the ACCC 41st Annual National Oncology Conference. Be sure to keep an ear on this channel all week for more discussions from the conference.
This show is a resource of the Association of Cancer Care Centers.